What are you defining as a genius?
I convinced you to marry me.
I was really hoping for at least a week of like fake fall, maybe.
It was 99 yesterday, 98, whatever. Today the high is 79 and you're still complaining.
Yeah, it's still too muggy.
Yeah. Leave it to a woman to figure out a way to still complain. Well, good morning. Bobby Lee here from Hurricane Creek Farms. It's already kind of mid to late morning, as you may can gather. Went hunting this morning. Squirrel season opened this weekend, actually opened yesterday, but we were at softball tournament yesterday. Perfect conditions this morning. Decent hunt. Didn't do as well as I would have liked. Did have a partner with me. Willis hunted for about 2 hours. Then he decided he was coming back to the house, but just picked up 5. A little disappointed in that, especially as good as the conditions were. A lot cooler today. The heat wave kind of came to an abrupt end overnight. Got a very light shower, like 5/100ths overnight, but just enough to quieten the woods down a little bit. But yeah, should have shot a little better. Should have probably had a limit in all reality, but it is what it is. First day out. I don't think it'll be my last day out this year. First time out with a new rifle, new setup, and I really like it. But it's just a little different. Take a little getting used to. So now I've got squirrels to clean real quickly. 4 gray squirrels, 1 fox squirrel. Before I really get doing chores. I did a couple of chores just as I was walking by the barn, but we gotta get up the road, check out another group of calves here pretty quickly. Okay, got squirrels cleaned and put in the fridge. I think we may go ahead and eat them tonight. So we are gonna eat beef for lunch though. But then as I got to looking at my to-do list, I'm like, you know, other than routine chores, really don't have much in pressing. I know there's just little things. I may have mentioned this. Tiny little drip on the oil leak on that tractor right around the filter. I think it's gonna be as simple as just put a new filter on it. We're hoping anyway. Meant to grab a filter on Friday, that way we could have done that today, but I didn't. And then we got this cylinder is leaking. I'm also optimistic there. It's gonna be fairly easy fix. We'll pull it off there and look at it. Don't know that I'll get to that today. I looked, you can buy that exact cylinder for relatively cheap, so even in worst case scenario, we have to replace the cylinder. Not too big of a deal. And probably the biggest task of all, which I may tackle this next week on the disc mower. Well, heck, I'll walk over here and show you. Same problem we had back kind of in the middle of the first cutting that I knew I was kind of in over my head doing the repair, but got it back together, but it just didn't hold. We got these 4 bolts. There's one here, and then I don't know if you can see those on the other side right there. They had actually, 3 of the 4 had broken off. I just had one holding it together. We could not get those broken off bolts out of there. We tried and tried and tried. Ended up drilling them out, tapping the holes, putting new bolts in. They didn't hold. That one has stripped. The others, they keep backing out a little bit. I keep tightening them. I think what we're gonna do, if any of them seem to be not completely stripped, may just try adding some Loctite, but I know at least one stripped. We got some helicoil thread repair inserts. I've never used those before. I kind of researched it. We'll see. I've talked to a few people about it. They say, yeah, that they've seen that work for something like that, but we'll see. But that one, I don't know. Don't want to let time get away from us and all of a sudden it'd be time to jump in and do our last cutting, 3rd cutting for this year. And we've got all this equipment that we've sat around thinking, oh, we got a month, we ain't in no hurry. No, we're gonna have to attack that problem here pretty quickly before time gets away from us. Well, I want to ride back in here and check on the bulls. They've been coming up in the mornings to get a little feed, which of course my morning routine was completely off. But there's the Angus bull. There's one of the Brangus bulls. Our home raised kind of F1 Brangus. He's the one I don't see. And I definitely saw him yesterday. He's usually the first one to come up for feed. But anyway, yeah, I got them back here in this creek bottoms. They're enjoying a little more freedom. Back up here, and it's real springy in here. That's why it's real grown up, stays real wet. See, we've got some running water in that ditch right there, in spite of us being really dry these last couple of weeks. But anyway, they're up here, middle of the day, shady spot. Although we are about 20 degrees cooler than we were yesterday, just in terms of high temps. So they're in good shape. We'll leave them alone, head on up the road. And I don't know if you can see him, but the third bull is right up there, just up the hill a little ways. That's the other Brangus that we had already seen. So all three bulls are in good shape. And I'll go a little bit of forage nerd on you here for a minute. Out here in these creek bottoms, which do have the bulls where they can across the creek and then just across the fence here, they've got access to, but it's just 3 of them. Out here, there's no animals right now. I had them graze this back pretty short. We've got a lot of warm season grasses that are doing pretty good out here right now. Crabgrass and foxtail, some Dallas grass there. Got some signal grass, barnyard grass, all kinds of stuff. But fescue base out here. And so ideally, which you look there behind me, it looks awfully rainy. I don't think we're expected to get anything out of this. And there's like no rain in the forecast going forward. We did get that little dab last night, like again, 5/100ths. But we're kind of at that time of year where as soon as we get a favorable forecast as far as some rain, we'll probably put some nitrogen down to try to stockpile a lot of that fescue for late fall and into winter grazing, just to try to push back our hay feeding. We did really good this past year. Really didn't feed any hay of any significance till like the first week of January. So we fed a little with that winter storm, but we didn't go into full-time hay feeding until we were in January. I'd like to be able to do that again, or come close to it anyway. But yeah, not gonna spray any fertilizer until we got rain in the forecast, because right now there's just none to speak of. As I sit here and wait on my beautiful bride, it does look awful threatening, but the radar doesn't show much at all. I don't know. With looking out at the 10-day and just there being no rain, like we mentioned, it looks like it may take something like a hurricane. I hate to wish that upon our friends down on the Gulf, but something like that to bring us some rain, which I know there is a hurricane, Idalia or something, an ice storm. Of course, we had Hillary over on the West Coast, but yeah, to kind of bring us anything. That one, though, is going to hit further east. We really need them to hit about New Orleans or west, back towards Texas, with the way those things spin, to really bring us much. My goodness.
Do you ever clean this thing out? Oh, it looks a lot like your office. Guess this is office number 2?
Yeah, this is my office. When they say a cluttered desk is the sign of a genius.
I've always heard the opposite.
Oh, really? Well, my desk is cluttered and you don't think I'm a genius?
What are you defining as a genius?
I convinced you to marry me. This is absolutely the real reason why I asked her to come along with me. As you can see, maybe a single drop run down the windshield. In spite of there being nothing on the radar, it did sprinkle just enough for us to have to hit the wipers like 2 licks on the way here. You can leave it open. Don't let me forget to pin the door back shut. I've done that before.
And they come and open it?
Yeah. Shut tomorrow and there's 1,000 pounds of feed on the ground. Woo!
These feed bunks have held up pretty good.
Yeah, these have all done real well. Some of them, those are in pretty good shape. The white ones, I don't know. It seems like the sunlight maybe is a little harder on them. They get a little more brittle, but no, these are actually all still in good shape. Uh-oh. Some poor little bird must have met his end right here. Feathers.
Maybe not. Here comes the ladies. They don't really know me very much, so they might be a little more cautious. Looks like she's gonna come right on up and eat. You don't know me, do you? You're like, who is this random new person?
And that's a sign you should help me more often.
Maybe, but I got a day job.
Tell me about it. On up here, y'all.
3 jobs. Are you kidding me?
You have 3 jobs.
I gotta keep up with you and kids, a house, full-time job.
I'm glad that you don't just simply consider me one of the kids.
Well, I mean,
depends on the day.
Yeah.
226 there's a little leery of you.
Well, she's pretty.
She is. Her mom is the infamous 503.
Mm.
And so that's where she kind of gets her attitude from.
So, remind everybody and remind me of 503.
She's the one that was always jumps the fence and goes in the wrong pasture.
Oh, yeah. She always felt like things were greener on the other side.
Yeah. Like mother, like daughter. Yes.
So what you just fly spraying them?
No, this is magic fairy.
Magic fairy dust?
Yep.
Oh, what's in that?
I told you that wouldn't be magic. Why is my tip not working? There we go. Now she's spraying.
What would you have to do?
I'm sure it had some debris in there.
Okay. Lone straggler over here. Just chilling.
She had a bad, her right rear foot, she was real lame. About, it was like Tuesday, I think I treated her.
Oh.
So she's probably still a little lame.
He's looking pretty good.
Number 19's the one that had the big old abscess. This shoulder's where she had that abscess. You can still see, she's still got a little swelling. You can see right down there at the point of it. You can tell her she had some drainage. I'll be really interested when we get to ultrasound and be sure that she didn't lose that calf, because she did test pregnant on the blood test, which, of course, they're all potentially that early bred at risk of something happening, not maintaining the pregnancy. But of course, with her dealing with that, she's probably the one I'm most interested in confirming that she's still bred. Did you count 59?
I hadn't counted. Oh, so that's how you, yeah.
59. Count them one more time. Now they're in great shape on mineral. So we can head on up the road.
Really wishing it was cooled off a little bit.
It has cooled off.
It's still pretty muggy.
Well, it's because it's not the heat, Caitlyn. It's the humidity.
Well, I was really hoping for at least a week of like fake fall, maybe.
It was 99 yesterday, 98, whatever. Today the high is 79 and you're still complaining.
Yeah, it's still too muggy.
Yeah. Leave it to a woman to figure out a way to still complain. All right, just made it home from our Sunday afternoon T-ball practice, and well, I was gonna be wrong. It kind of tried to sprinkle on us, and my prediction was gonna be that we were still less than 1/10 of an inch total.
Whenever we
But we're up, hey, that's 1/4 of an inch we've gotten in the last 12 or so hours, maybe 14 hours. So, hey, it's not a soaker by any means, but it's been a nice day. Just, I mean, the little sprinkles didn't bother us while we were practicing, did they? No, it's been overcast. Say high like in the upper 70s.
Whenever we were at squirrel hunting, it was 10, but now it's over a little bit of 20.
Okay, he's talking about the range. It wasn't quite to the 10 on earlier. It was about the 5 100ths. Now we're at about 25 100ths, or a quarter of an inch. But we need to check on things around here now. Is there any mineral in there?
Not much.
It's pretty empty. Okay. All right, so we're gonna put a bag of mineral in here. So you wanna pull the zip on the bag? All right, try it from this side.
It's pointing.
Now pull it. There you go. Well, you can pull it that way. All right, now put the trash in the back of the Pioneer. Yeah, lad, you get that? I think they hear us doing this too. Oh, now it's
full.
I wouldn't call it quite full, but it's got a bunch more in it. I'm trying to see, I'm still not convinced these calves have really even found the creep feeder. Oh well, yeah, ground's actually, it's just a little bit sticky. That's nice. Yeah, not that we were really in a drought or anything, but be a somewhat of, hey, get back in the Pioneer. You've still got your baseball cleats on. We got practice again tomorrow. Last thing I need is you getting them all muddy. But yeah, nice little boost for this grass, especially considering the next 10 days there's no more rain in the forecast. So it makes you almost wish we had gotten a little fertilizer put down. Quarter inch would have been just enough, but we didn't, so it doesn't matter. Cows back here and the 2 horses. Looking good, which I laid eyes on.
I see Smokey.
Yeah, I do see Smokey too. Smokey's just right over there. But laid eyes on them this morning. We were back here kind of squirrel hunting. Didn't want to find the calf with the bad foot that we treated. I guess that was 2 weeks ago today. Make sure that he is continuing to improve. And there he is. So very much, no doubt, still lame, but he is bearing weight on it. A lot better, still a long way from normal. Oh yeah, he's putting weight on it pretty good there now. Again, relative to where he was, but yeah, it's just kind of been a relatively laid back, lazy Sunday. We weren't too lazy. What did we do this morning first thing?
Go hunt.
Yeah, Willis missed out on the end of the hunt and getting to clean the squirrels. But hey, guess what we're going to eat for supper tonight? Squirrels is right. Yeah, didn't get into a whole lot of action today. Still hoped y'all enjoyed this one. We got, Lord, I don't know what's coming up. We got to get all that maintenance stuff done. Disc mower, the big tractor, and what was the third one? I can't even remember. No, the rake. Need to get working on that here next week. I think the weather's supposed to warm back up. We're not as hot as we had been with the heat dome, but back in the 90s, anyway, low 90s. So I don't know that we'll do preg testing on the home herd anytime real soon. Just not in a rush to do that. We will cull, the cows that are open, but we won't do that until their calves are being weaned, which is I'm standing here. Cow number 503 over there. Not, of course, the Charlotte looking cow, but that's why we hold on to 503 despite her jumping fences and whatnot. She's got a calf that's half as big as she is already, and we're still a couple of months from weaning. She's getting the job done. That's why she gets to hang around. But that, I mean, and again, we can't let the second cutting sneak up on us, but I don't know. Lots of odds and ends we need to be doing here soon. Be a big week coming up. College football starting next weekend. Who's that on your shirt?
Smokey.
What do we say with Smokey? What do we say when we're talking about Tennessee football? Go Vols?
Go Vols!
That's right. All right, see Willis's Well, this is not in mid-season form just yet. But yeah, college football starts for real here in less than a week. I know there was a few games this first weekend. It doesn't count. College football really starts this coming weekend. But anyway, plus we're probably gonna do some more squirrel hunting and whatnot as well. But yep, getting a bunch of things done around the farm. But yeah, we're gonna be eating squirrel for supper. But what do we have for lunch?
Poppy.
What did Poppy make for lunch though?
Spaghetti!
Spaghetti, and yes, you can bet your butt our spaghetti, our meat sauce is made with beef. I think he uses a little beef and some Italian sausage. But yeah, so we have eaten our beef for today. I'm sure we'll eat some beef again tomorrow, but we're gonna eat some squirrel tonight. But if it's the end of the video, what do we tell everybody?
Eat beef and God bless.
That's right. Catch y'all next time. All right, everybody, what y'all think about the squirrel?
Good.
We got squirrel and gravy over rice, homemade biscuits courtesy of Caitlyn, and some Brussels sprouts.
No, Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, Kimber likes the Brussels sprouts. But you like the squirrel too, don't you? They'll eat it. Does it taste like chicken?